Hello, hello. Hope you guys are all having a good one. Yeah, so today we are going to be probably finishing my UVs on my 3D model, and then I'm probably going to be playing some games, and then tomorrow I can finish off my model. I can finish off the texturing maybe, or at least get the majority of it. This has been a bit of a shit show getting these fucking things going. It would usually take me about a day to get my UV unwrapping done, but it's just been a bit of a interesting one. I've been waking up late because I've been just fucking existentially tired since earlier in the week when I had. I don't remember when it was actually. I believe it was maybe 2 days ago, and I was trying to fall asleep. Didn't go good. Ended up having an hour and a half of sleep, and some people are fine with that. I'm not. So it's just been trying to regain a bit of my eepy sleepies, and yeah. So yeah, and then I've just had some jobs to do, and I haven't been working so much, so, I'm just retaining, making sure I'm still doing exercise, making sure I'm still, fine and healthy, not spending the whole day on my computer playing games or anything. So, I mean, I didn't really start doing anything until about 3 or 4, because I went for maybe an hour and a half walk, and then I was sitting outside. I was at least outside on my Steam Deck playing some games. I tried a bit of Amy's game she likes, Blasphemous, and then um what was I doing? I played some more what's the thing? Sorry, I was just reading something on my program. I had no clue what the fuck it was doing. Um, yeah, and then I was playing some Firewatch, which was interesting. Firewatch has actually gotten playable now. I was getting a bit cautious, because there wasn't really anything happening, but now it's going. I'm gonna run you guys through some stuff, okay? Um, oh yeah, I got my Spotify Wrapped results. Let's see if I can bring those up. I don't know if anybody cares about them, of course, but here's mine. Where's my other one? Weird. This comes up here, but it didn't come up here for some reason. Anyway, Spotify Wrapped. I got Shapeshifter. I'm not at all surprised. This is the same as me with gaming. I like something and I will listen to the same thing for a bit, and you can probably tell. I mean, especially on my streams. Now, my streams aren't necessarily indicative to always what I listen to off thing, but I do actually listen to a lot of my stream songs and stuff for fun. I was listening to while I was working on my shit some Witcher 3, so this is kind of just carrying over. But sometimes I listen to the Cyberpunk, sometimes I listen to the other Cyberpunk. Otherwise, I'm a bit all over the show, maybe some Brazilian funk or something. But recently it's been a lot of Witcher Cyberpunk. So there's a lot of that. Stream Beats, number 1. I listen to a lot of Stream Beats. Slow Boy. I don't even know what song. I'm sure he will be. Slow Boy. Oh yes, he just does a lot of Brazilian funk. Marcin does a bunch of the Witcher Cyberpunk, so that's what he is. Pretty Giordano, he's pretty popular in Crazy Mano. He makes. Does he only do? I don't know if I listen to it. Crazy Mano. What does he do? Oh, just sort of the same ones. Anyhow, 56,489 minutes. Quite a lot just by me. Murder Course, GTG, After Dark. I can't even remember After Dark, I'm gonna be honest. I know it's pretty solid, but I can't remember. Die King. I don't think I even listened to this much this year, to be honest, so I'm not sure why this is here. And Kenya, the music, which is from Oppenheimer. Very good. Which I'm surprised that this is above fucking my Witcher shit and stuff. I listened to it a bit, but not fucking... You know. Yeah. And then my old Harris Heller, as always, 0.5%. 11,000 minutes, dude. I was looking through other people's top songs and how much they listen to, I mean, their favorite artists, to gauge, like, how bad I am. But, you know, the rest of the family are on one account, and they account, because my brother fucking leeches off the account, and then it was like, you know, my parents. But, yeah, they only got 2,000 on theirs, so, hello, Amy. I always have to drag my thing down because it doesn't... OBS is not great with I mean, it's kind of nice. You now have, like, concurrent viewers, chat rate, views and stuff. As you can see, I can't see a message here because it doesn't work unless it's, like, a bigger screen than I can see. So, 1080p is a little bit too small. Then, it's really nice when I'm on a 4K monitor. But then, my camera's over here and I like it being over here, so... I have to deal with it. Anywho, that's that. So recently I've been using Rism UV. So I don't know if I explained this. I don't think I did actually. No, I think I did yesterday. Can I have to meow it? Yeah. That Maya was being a fucking moron and wasn't letting me use UVs. So I used Blender for a bit, so feel free to watch my last video, which was yesterday, my last live stream, I should say, where I used it for about maybe an hour or so, and then I remembered I had a trial for Rism UV, so I thought, perfect time for me to figure out Rism UV, and, you know, it's good. There's some things that it's missing. I think I've come to the conclusion after using it for a bit. It's interesting. I think I've come to the conclusion. If you don't have Maya, I would recommend it, right? And this is like, if you don't have access to Maya, or there's something wrong with your Maya, this is in all senses better, right? A lot of big studios use it, but it's like a... you know, Houdini, I don't think has any UV mapping. I'm not sure. ZBrush, I believe, is very, like, primitive in terms of its UV stuff. I don't think I have access to that anymore, but I believe I can still access this one. I do have something I want to say about that, though. Oh, well, you got fucking access to literally nothing here, so... Weird. So, I don't know, like, I believe there's a little bit you can do here, but, hello! Yeah, so, if you don't have access to Maya, I do inherently believe that Rism is 100% worth it, okay? Now, I'm slightly pissed off because I just realized there was a really big sale for it for 40% off, and I'm looking 2-3 days late. Very annoyed because that potentially, it's only €150, which is quite a lot, but, you know, 40% of that. Now we're talking. Now, you can rent to own. which is how many? 12 months? Perpetual, 149, you know, like 150 euro to NZD. Quite a bit of money. I still believe it is somewhat worth it. I still believe it's 100% worth it if you don't have access to Maya. It is like good, right? It is pretty good. You have a lot of control from what I understand. Do I know how to utilize all that? No, but even like the basic stuff I've been doing today has been pretty, but you know, a bit cleaner, a bit nicer. There are still some downsides, like you run into issues. Like, for example, I realized that I was missing a face when I'd been deleting and trying to fix that shit up. That was annoying, but it turns out Rhythm works off of FBXs. So, all you gotta do is just load your FBX or export the FBX, and, you know, if I want to save, I can just go save, and it saves, you know, the FBX, which means I just have to re-import the FBX. I don't have to worry about all that sort of stuff, as you can see. So, also, if I'm not sure how well it works, but you know, you might be able to. I believe there is some form of being able to work, like, at the same time. I'm not sure. Like, just I'm not sure if this auto updates or you know what I mean? But I mean, yeah, I'm not sure, but I just go by the basis of I don't want to fuck over the FBX that I have, so I'm working off a different FBX. I've just saved a new one, but regardless, but yeah, so that's that. Rhythm seems pretty good though. Otherwise, oh yeah, and it tells you, you know, like, for example, major stretching going on here. You can probably visualize it here. As you can see, that's no bueno. These may look a little bit goofy. It's because they're just fucking positioned like that. I haven't actually done anything with them. I'm not sure if I'll still use Rhythm for that or what I'll do in that regard. I mean, you know, we can go select this, and then I believe it's that, and you can just straighten it up. I mean, it's pretty damn standard, I guess. Does the job. Actually, I will grab these, and I believe it's space middle mouse. Some of these controls are a little bit weird, but it's something that's not too bad to get used to. It's just figuring out, like, it's all, a lot of it's very much the same shit. Just working out what's what, and, you know, regardless. Let me finish this shit off. So, I have a cut here, which is going to be my blade. Then we have this, which I need to work around, so I wish there were keybinds for some of these things. But maybe that's just because I'm so used to Blender after using it for... Well, I mean, I've used Blender for a lot. I got fucking, you know, 610 hours in it. And I've gained a good amount over the past couple of days as well. Yeah, I mean, I would say 24 hours. Yeah, I would probably say most, if not all of that, is on this project. Like, I've been putting a bit of time into it. It's not like the world's greatest one, but I'm pretty damn happy with what I'm going. What I'm doing right is I'm not rushing anything. I'm not. Yeah, so something that I would usually do is I'm the kind of guy that would rush things and just go, okay, well, let's just get this over and done with and try complete it within a day. But then, you know, here I'm like, okay, let's actually spend some time, try to get it as accurate as we can with maybe like 1 or 2 compromises. Like, I believe I made some compromises here, and I mean, this could all be a lot smoother, but I'm compromising, of course, you know. I want my main goal above anything else, above matching it all, is to get it to be low poly, so it's only 1,000 polys, which is very good. I would say 1,000 is it's pretty damn low poly for a hero asset. Hero asset being like something main. I picture this being like a main asset, so I could always do versions. I've been debating making a high poly version of it all, but I don't believe I will. I don't believe I even really need to. I'll do a cut down there. No, I'll do a cut up the top because you're gonna see that less, I believe. We'll do this one. I have been watching a new anime. Let me cut those. This anime, Blue Eye Samurai. I'm on the site actually right now. It's pretty good. I quite like it. I don't know. I'm up to I think the 5th or 4th or 5th episode. So it's like a blend of 2D and 3D. It's R18. Bear in mind, there's boobies, there's killing and gore and stuff, but otherwise it is quite good. I quite like it. I believe some people mentioned it's their favorite anime of the year. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. I believe it's a good one. It does look, it's quite a visually nice anime, but I don't know where I'd classify it personally. No. Yeah, back on this topic though. Would I may end up purchasing this program. But I'm not sure. Maybe not now. I've been desperately worrying about ZBrush and ZBrush's how often do I think I'd utilize it? That's the reason I'm not up and buying it now. It's I think I mentioned it's significantly better than pretty much anything else outside of Maya's. ZBrush is a rip. Yeah. So if you don't have access to Maya or you're having issues with Maya, it's going to be the best fucking option. Hear me out. From what I understand and have researched, it is still better than Maya's, but Maya's just works and is inside the program, and I already have access to it. And it's not a case of I don't believe Rhythm's going anywhere. I don't think I'm going to run into any issues. I don't currently perceive myself needing it. You know, we're going to be doing a lot of stuff in Maya. And I'm pretty, what's the word? I'm pretty satisfied with Maya's current thing. So I'm not too worried about that. But I will look at it, I believe, either on another sale, if it goes down to the old, you know, what is it? 150 euro, 40% of 150, 60. So take 60 off, and that would be, you know, 90 euro to NZD. So for 160, yeah, I could reason it. It is better, and it is industry, as you can see, so it's not like it's worthless. I'm gonna see how far away we're from Trash Taste. I don't know if I'd get this, but I watch a bit of Trash Taste, listen to it, the podcast and stuff, so maybe they have something fancy for cheap to pick up, but regardless. I could reason it for 90. But I don't think I would pay anytime soon, being now. I would, if I need it at any point next year, I'll pick it up. Otherwise, I'll just wait till the next Black Friday or sale. It just makes sense. It's either Euro or it's USD. I guess. So yeah. I'd probably pay that. I look at a lot of things. Well, here's the thing. I mean, it works already supposedly better, so I'm not too worried about. I wouldn't buy any. It'd be one of those ones, stuff like well, I would say something similar to like how I bought, you know, FL Studio, and I'm like, okay, well I buy it once and I never worry about it. But FL Studio, you got unlimited update. You know, it's like free updates forever. So I guess it's a bit of a different. Hello. It's a little bit of a different thing. Let me reload. I don't know if I was pressing the wrong button or it wasn't working, but here we go. But yeah, so I look at a lot of stuff, like I purchase it and I just get stuff now because what am I doing? I can't tell if it's the program that's being weird. I haven't run into this yet. So I can't tell if this is a program shitting itself or if I'm doing something wrong. I haven't run into this. Let's put it this way. I don't know if it's gonna say, I've been using Rhythm for like the past fucking 5 hours today, so it's weird. Load with UVs. No. Load. Warning 3D polys. Let me reload. Try. I only got 16 days left of the trial, so. It's a bit messy here. I got a lot of shit. Here we go. We're working. Not sure what was going on. Let me start unfolding some of these things. Let me. Oops. Oops. Unfold. I mean, that's pretty good. There's no tension or anything here. This is pretty bog standard. Shit. So. Unfold this. I mean, that's just standard. Here's where stuff will start getting interesting. I'm a bit worried about that one, but. What's going on? Why are we? Not sure. I mean, it'll be fine, I believe. Yeah. It's a bit of warpage, but it's not bad. It's not the program either, that's just my fucking weird. Shit. Okay, well, here's a perfect opportunity. What happens if I go optimize? What does optimize do? I mean, what happens if I, for example, optimize that? Is this doing anything? Okay. Not much. It just straightens things a bit better. Might be worth using, but regardless. Don't worry about all this overlap and shit and whatnot. Here's where I'm gonna start worrying. No, it's perfect. Whoa! Not sure why that was so small. Such a Maya move. Okay. Me. Save as a new version. So, everything I believe is UV mapped now. And looks decent. Yeah. Vendafield. No real issues. Now I'll just be about mapping shit. So, it still has to be in a single U. Dim. So, what do I value? Probably that the most. So, let me... align. What are these? Nope. What are they? Interesting. I can do UV seams. Auto seams, yeah, there's a bit of control over that. How do I straighten this? Yeah. Interesting. I like it, I like it. Alright, let's hit that target. Even if we go like this. Oh. I believe 4 is fine. Oh. Not straight. I'm not too bothered. Let me. Oops. What's this? What is this? Under there. Watching a video on the side how to sculpt with Blender. Oh, really? How's that going? Is it informative? I don't believe Blender sculpting's honestly too hard, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've done Blender sculpting before, and honestly, I didn't find it necessarily too bad. But there are aspects of it that I don't particularly, you know, find the most intuitive. There's a lot of shortcuts. But I guess then again, I hate to say it, fucking... I hate to say it, fucking, oh, not even that. ZBrush is just shortcuts as well. It suffers the same fucking issue. I mean, you know, DBD, fucking, or whatever it is, DC, fucking B, you know, damn standard brush, fucking the clay build-up. Yeah. Having to remember all those brushes saves you a lot of time. But, yeah, ZBrush is pretty bad in that regard as well, I'm gonna be honest. But Blender's a little bit different. Blender can do a bit more than... Blender has its pros, so it's not just, so it's a bit more intuitive with some things, but other things it's less intuitive about. So... generally, yeah. Sometimes it's like you have to remember the brush is the issue with that. If you don't remember the name, you kind of tough out a lot. It is how you do it. Well, I know that. It's just if you don't fucking remember the name of the brush you're after, right? You fucking shit out of luck. There's like 200 odd brushes, especially if you get your own brushes, so sometimes it's not that simple. Yeah, it's just gonna be just around. I'm not saying it's hard, I'm saying... Okay, when you have, let's say, 200 brushes, right? How the fuck do you remember what each brush does and what's the perfect one for things? Yeah, you have your multi-purpose brushes like damn standard, clay build-up, you know, whatnot, snake hook, right? Yeah, those are the other ones. It doesn't like... Does that mean you don't use the other brushes? What are the point in having the other brushes then if they, you know, if you're only going to use those ones? But I understand that. What I'm saying is you got fucking 100, 200 brushes. If you want to make the most out of the program, these brushes may have better uses, so you would use them. But if you're fucking trying to remember them off the top of your head, that's not necessarily that simple, right? Like, it's not a fucking cut and paste. Oh, okay, now you gotta remember what fucking brush does what, and then that's where it gets tricky. Yeah, but you're gonna have to, like, unless you only use ZBrush, do I remember every brush I've used in ZBrush? And I haven't even touched the surface of it all. No. So, that's my point. It's something that there's a fucking shit ton, and you got the same fucking thing. So it's kind of tricky like that. Should map out fine. Oh, fuck. Same fucking thing. It's fucking space to do everything. It's space, middle mouse to move shit. Space, right mouse button to rotate. And I believe space, left mouse button to scale, so fucking hard remembering that shit. It's not hard, it's just I'm gonna keep making mistakes. I believe some of these can be scaled, but 17%, does that mean 17%'s been used? Yeah, interesting. So it tells you how well you're using it. I'm gonna be back, I'm gonna refill my drink bottle. Save before I leave, just in case. Okay, let's carry on with stuff. I don't know, I don't mind TV mapping, I'm gonna be honest. Some people dislike it. I don't mind it. Generally. When you know what you're doing, UV mapping's not too bad actually. But it's not my favorite cup of tea. I don't mind it too badly. I want to finish this project and then start learning some more of my terrain stuff. I tried doing it the other day ago, realized I missed a step at the start, and then I don't want to have to restart because I don't know if I can get it back without fucking some things over, so I stopped with that for a bit, but I'll go back to it. Just a bit annoying. So that's just the bottom there, yeah. Interesting, that's connected to that. might space those out a bit better. I'm intrigued to see what happens next year with a lot of stuff. Next year will be an interesting year. I mean, it'll be an interesting year for my studies, but that's when I start going ham. We're making like bigger games and stuff, so I expect maybe 4 or so games, but that's when we start doing actual stuff. Software will be. I never finished talking to you guys about ZBrush and its ordeal, but let me save. Long story short, diver thing. Basically, ZBrush 2024. Release notes. I believe this is the link. Oh, here we go. This will be it. Long story short, let's see. With the introduction of Redshift and ZBrush, there are now a number of factors to take into consideration when upgrading. This article explains your options and provides answers. Redshift is such a small part of it. I don't necessarily agree about making it so important, or stating that it's important, but it's just for rendering options, and even then, I don't know if I wouldn't buy Redshift for rendering unless I was fucking rich, you know? You can't perpetually buy Redshift, so I don't see a reason for it. I only consider things if it's perpetual. I mean, I'm not spending fucking, 60 New Zealand. Or, no, this is Australian, so like 40 New Zealand a month just to render stuff in general when you have other stuff, right? You got My Arnold, I have Marmoset, you got, Blender Cycles, Eevee Next when that comes out. There's a better version of Eevee now, but Eevee Next is getting released, so. Redshift is good, I've used it before. I personally wouldn't buy it though. Yeah. There are 2 upgrade paths for perpetual users. Purchase ZBrush subscription for a time after release of ZBrush 2024, and your subscriptions will be available at a discounted price. So interesting. I'm not sure if you get Redshift CPU. What do you think? Sorry, I have a stupid love heart that covers. What do you think it's like to be 118 years old? Probably not great. I personally wouldn't want to live to 118 years old, but yeah, I would look at it as you can't fucking do anything, right? Like, you can't walk, you can't get, I would assume, right? Like, your body would just be so deteriorated that you wouldn't be able to do much. I would probably find it rather boring. I mean, it depends, right? Like, am I 118 in like in my current body, or like 118 in 118-year-old body, and then I think that really determines it. I mean, if I'm 118 in this body, then I don't know. I mean, okay, here that also brings up a different thing. Am I still able to die? Because I don't want to be able to live forever. That's not. I worry about, like death and like what that entails, but I also don't want to be immortal. I feel like probably the worst thing that could happen to me would be immortality. Or I wouldn't mind immortality with the ability to die, but I wouldn't want immortality with like the obvious entailment of not being able to die. If I could choose when you just wanted to end shit, I would be happy. Um, maybe not happy, but I would be less worried. But if I had no way of dying, that would be scary as shit, and I don't think I would like to be in that situation either. I mean, what are the chances, right? Not very high, but that would not be something I'd want to live in. I mean, everybody else dies, then humanity dies, then the Earth dies, and then the solar system dies, and I'm just like fucking going around space, existing while I don't want to. I mean, what you? I mean, I can't even picture shit, So let's see. Hello, I was really interested in getting the subscription license, but I'm going to shift inside ZBrush. There's a massive material shadow catcher stuff. I mean, I'd be happy if it came the perpetual did, but so ZBrush 2023 doesn't have any kind of Redshift CPU license, only the bridge. That's it. Contrary of what you said, or the trial version is not for every product. Whatever the case is, I won't have a Redshift CPU, which is what I want with my subscription to ZBrush. But you guys keep saying Redshift CPU comes with ZBrush subscription. Isn't it false advertisement? Or you offer me three things: ZBrush, Redshift C. I'm gonna get to them. Show personal information though. Cannot conduct technical support for the program over the public. Included. Must be installed. Ability to work with Redshift as well as Redshift CPU license comes. I mean, I just want to know if the perpetual comes with it. But I mean, it's not like Maxon would respond because I sent them a message. Let me see, okay? Let me see. I sent Maxon a question. More than 50 emails ago. I sent them a message only 2 days ago. It felt like longer, but regardless, 2 days ago, not a single update. Outside of saying, wow, I've gotten over 50 emails since in 2 days. That's interesting. Regardless, yeah, I would expect. It's not like it's it's a weekday. And tomorrow's the only other weekday, and I don't know if they would respond on the weekend, so annoying. What's this saying? Yeah, I mean, who the fuck is paying $650 for an upgrade? Upgrading Perpetual doesn't include rendering with Redshift either, so Yeah. Yeah, people are, yeah. I mean, I'll get to it, but let's just say maybe Perpetual is fully gone. Apparently you could perpetually buy Redshift though. Interesting. Shiny X Adobe Sena, that makes sense. Yeah, yeah, Mari's fucking even more. Mari's just bad. Oh, all the Foundry shit's expensive as shit. I should state. I mean, fucking hell. Subscribe, that's a fucking shit ton. I mean, if that's New Zealand, then maybe. Chances are that's not fucking. Chances are that's American, because otherwise it would state New Zealand, right? Yeah. That's a fucking boat. That's a boat, you know. Mari's good, and I believe it's one of the best things, but you would never buy that, you know, manually. I mean, Katana's good. Katana interests me, but uh, I'm not buying Katana. Oof. Katana's good though, but fuck me. It's just expensive. All the Foundry shit's expensive. I believe the only thing, yeah, is Nuke really. Is like the only thing that I like. A lot of these are good, like Modo, and stuff is very good. But for the pricing and comparison, I don't see why you'd buy it. Um, yeah, outside of if you had some Perpetual, which I believe there's a Perpetual. Which I don't know why they still offer sales and shit for maintenance when Perpetual's not an option anymore. Which is stupid. But Nuke would be the only thing I would be interested in, but Nuke's just expensive. But arguably not so much anymore. Nuke used to be good, but not from what I use now. Um, yeah, I mean, I do. I don't, yeah, really need it so much anymore. I mean, 3,000 a year is a bit fucking ridiculous, let's be honest here. Um, Perpetuals, 5,000. I mean, if you're spending this much money, why the fuck would you not buy a Perpetua? Like, genuinely speaking. I mean, if you're dropping 3 grand, 3.2 grand, you might as well. I mean, you know, in 2 years' time, you've already done this. You might as well just get this for the 1 year and be over and done with it. That is a waste of money, though. I don't see this being worth it unless, like, you're rich. I mean, at this point, just use Fusion. Fusion's good. Or, like, After Effects. Anyway, as we've seen already a little bit of the doom and gloom, so I don't believe this comes with a perpetual, but or you can purchase a max on one subscription. So upgrade options for ZBrush. There are 2 ways you can upgrade to ZBrush 2024. Yeah, that discounted pricing. So you are given a discount if you decide to go to the thing. Why would they offer a discount if, they're not pretty much getting rid of it, right? That doesn't make sense. Like, there's no point in upgrading it to a non-perpetual, right? There's no point upgrading. Like, who the fuck, right, would be this much of a moron to go and, buy a subscription of ZBrush instead of just upgrading your perpetual? Even if it's a little bit more expensive, it just makes more sense, because why would you sit with an old version, right? Why would you buy... I mean, if I'm spending like $600 and it was, let's say, $700 for the perpetual upgrade, I would spend the extra $100 to get my version to be the main version than buy a subscription that at the end of the year it's fucking gone. $100 sucks. But I mean, if we're talking New Zealand dollar, right? That's fucking, your the min wage is something like $22 or so. So that's probably like a day's worth of work and you're fucking set, Bear in mind, min wage, right? Some people will be getting a whole lot more money, like $50 an hour, when you're working in this industry, so... And it's currently only available as a subscription. They used to say, as in not used to, but originally, I mean, I don't want to doom and gloom and deep dive this shit, but Reddit, I'm gonna hide this because I don't fucking trust Reddit. ZBrush Perpetual, and like, that's the wrong one. Sort by new. And, fucking no perpetual, you cannot buy it. And there's no point upgrading it, of course. And then everyone's just fucking pretty much bummed down to it. Link this, and this had been... Yeah, I mean, it pretty much says it's only available via subscription. And I think they're gonna cut it off as well. I mean, it's not worth buying a subscription for the new features. Here's the fucking thing, okay? Here's the fucking thing. ZBrush 2024. What comes with the new 2024 features, right? Literally the page shows just on. You now have repeat to similar, right? So similar, you make a change to, for example, a brick, and then similar bricks will have the same change. There's better posing, like with masking and shit. And then you get a new drag stamp stroke, which is good. I had a look at it and it seemed decent, but otherwise, yeah, there's just some new noise types, some updates to the knife brush masking. So I believe it's like you can now separate things. I can't remember how it worked, but it wasn't anything crazy. So let's see. 3 major things. Major, though, I would still call these minor changes, as they're not changing how the fucking workflow goes. And they're expecting you to pay like $600 to upgrade your perpetual. At the same time, who the fuck would upgrade their subscription to a subscription and pay, the the $600 for a subscription, right? When those are the fucking new features, right? So, to me, if I'm really debating whether it's worth sorry. I'm really just debating whether it's worth just fucking buying it, because if this is, I mean, if they were going to, here's the thing. If they were going, I honestly believe this to be worth it. If they were going to make a 2024, right? Why the fuck would they not launch it at the same time? And then now they're delaying it. They're not going to make it any cheaper. I believe they might be making it even more expensive. It's either going to be, I mean, originally they stated, right? If I hop onto the ZBrush Discord server, right, and I search up, for example, you know, perpetual, and then we look over here. Now this is the official ZBrush Discord, right? Somebody uploaded something. Original message is deleted. This is important. So somebody was asking something about the perpetual, right? Will there be perpetual? Thanks, bummer. Rip ZBrush. Blah, blah, blah. And they're locking the upgrade and stuff like that. They're gonna stop selling perpetuals, as you can see. Yeah, it's only ZBrush really, and then basically turned out, yeah, you can see everybody saying, yeah, so, they changed the statement, as you can see. So they deleted the messages, they changed the statement. But they didn't mention anything either about it in the stream. That is true. I watched the stream and recording. So yeah. Yeah, it got deleted by the team. And, you know, actual ZBrush people, so. Phew. Yeah, so originally it was, yeah, I'm not sure. They just reworded it. Basically, I look at it like they're either going to be jumping up the price or completely removing it. And I'm not willing to spend fucking more than I already have to spend on this. This is Australian, right? So I believe it to be something like a bit of money, right? I don't want to leak anything. Whoopsies. Yeah, I mean, I would be looking at spending 600 fucking 1600 Australian. So I'm not willing to spend anything more than that. So I kind of look at it like maybe I just fucking purchase it now because I know I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna need it next year, and I'm gonna need it in the future, and it's gonna be something that. And they're only coming up with like 5 fucking updates, right? I have the money now. I saved it from the start of the year when I was gonna purchase it, but now it's not available, and they're holding on. I don't see them fucking keeping it the same price. There's no point in doing this. So they're either going to remove the perpetual or they bump up the price to something stupid like C4D, which if you look at the price of that, it's fucking like 5-6 grand. New Zealand, right? So I don't know, dude. I just don't want to fucking buy it now and then a month's time it turns out, oh no, I don't even know why you're stressing it. Like that would just look fucking bad on me, you know, so. I'm gonna be honest. I might bump this up to like 450, 4.5. I mean, I might bump this up to 5, honestly. Because I think we're just gonna be able to fit it. I'm not even too sure what those things are. Oopsies. Make it all fit. I obviously want a relatively decent texel density, but because there's so many of these, I don't think it's going to matter too much. So, you know. Not sure what I do with this. I don't... like the fact that it's not gonna fit, but... I don't know. There's a lot of software that I want that... I don't know. I don't know. Rhythm seems pretty good. I looked into Topo Gun. I do want 3D Coat. From what I know of my list of things, software that I want, I guess now Rhythm's one of the is one of those things. I just got a message. What's happening? Let's finish these things up. And then, yeah, I mean, to me, it's... I don't know. I got a couple things that I want, you know, but... I think, yeah, probably 3D Coat and Rhythm are the two big ones that I want. I'd say these are the ones that I'm wanting. Oopsies. I don't know why there's these weird triangle squares. I don't know what it means, but regardless. So, yeah, I don't know. 3D coat. Pressing it. Do I still have my thing above? Nope. I mean, 3D coat's pretty good. I think I showed it on stream a bit. 3D coat. It's just expensive. It's like 600. I almost bought it on a sale, but then some pricing things were a bit weird and it wasn't the greatest sale, so went down to 200 and something, so it's about 500 like 20. But there are conversion things that didn't really make sense. It added an extra 20 bucks onto it, so I was messaging support, and I don't think I need 3D coat now. 3D coat's something that I want, but I bought enough software. I believe I will still be buying more software either this year or next year. I think there's going to be obviously maintenance that I need to buy, which is about midway next year. So that's for World Creator, probably. Maybe not World Creator. I don't think I'll renew World Creator. World Creator's good, but I'm happy with what I have. It does the job now, so unless they pull out something interesting and new. I mean, there's only two things that I want, right? What they're currently doing before Christmas, which is rivers and shit. And then the next thing would be able to instance objects. Otherwise, I'm fine. Because nothing I have now can instance objects. I'm gonna message support. Not support him. Just asking in Guy 2 in the COD Spinner Discord server if in Guy 2.0 if you'll be able to instance objects. As you'll be able to do that in World Creator. I mean, you can already do that in the old do I still have Jurassic World? Do I not have Steam open? Oh, that was fucking Steam. Never mind, I'm stupid. I would assume that doesn't launch. Okay, good. Yeah, so in World Creator 2... Okay, never mind, cancel. Oh, cancel. Objects, you can add... objects. Oh, I don't have it. I don't... Oh, maybe I do. Yeah. I'm not sure how to get it all working. It wasn't implemented, obviously. Oh, here we go. I mean, we have it working. It's just a lot. It's very far away. There's not many. So you can see it probably could have been done a little bit better, but probability, density. Whoa. Maybe not that dense. Bump up these densities. don't know how you change the LODs, but these would go a lot further, but I mean, that's pretty good, right? Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how to change these LODs, but I mean, it does a good job, right? Like, outside of the fact that it, you know, the LODs are fucking weird. I mean, we can be up the top of the mountain, for example. These stones are a lot better in that regard, but, you know, looking off the mountain pass, you know what I mean? Right, that's pretty good to me. It'd just really be a case of, oops, adding a layer. I don't know, adding a fucking add. Something I don't fucking know, you know. There's not much option here, but I don't even think that's fucking doing anything. Who knows? I don't even know, you know? Regardless, they're adding that, and that's something that I'd want, but I don't know if anything else. Geogen plans to add it, I can tell you guys that now. I just messaged Gaia support to see if they have plans for that, but I mean, outside of that, not too. That's something that I'd want though. I would rather want that. As if you can use that to indicate where you want shit to be, then that's quite good. I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna get back. There's 100% better methods of doing this in this program. that I've got no fucking clue about. Oopsies. But as long as this all works out, I'm fine. I finished this game. I watch this guy from time to time, this guy Pirate Software. It's not about pirating software, that's just what he calls himself. Anyway, well, I mean, he used to be a hacker, right? So I guess that kind of goes hand in hand, but isn't anymore. And anyway, so he's a game dev, and he made this game Heartbound, or making it, I should say. He's still making it. Like, the game is out, you can play it if you want, so I'd recommend checking it out. There's a demo. He's very good, actually. I've been thoroughly enjoying his videos, as he makes videos going on about, you know, he brings up a lot of important game dev stuff that I hold very value. I think, I hold very value. I find extremely valuable bits of information. So, yeah, he'd watch anything like this, but, I mean, if he is, you know, hey, I thoroughly enjoy it, but, anyway, yeah, I mean, he's doing a fucking awesome job with his stuff, and he brings up a lot of important stuff, like saying how if you're making an indie game, you should have a demo, because if there's a demo, you know, you're just going to get more people interested in it, because they can at least try your game first stuff. And if they don't like it, then they're not going to give you a negative review saying they didn't like it, because, you know, they wouldn't have fucking done this, you know what I mean? Like, if you're not you can't review a game if you had the demo, so you're not going to give it a negative review if you're not owning it, right? I mean, if you've had the chance to play it, and then you have a chance to play it, and then you didn't like it, you wouldn't give that negative review, right? Because it's like a, you know, it's like if I say, hey, dude, I'll give you a free sample of my cookie, you know what I mean? And then you get a free sample of the cookie, and you like it, you probably, you know, you might end up buying it, right? But you're not gonna buy the fucking cookie if you didn't like the fucking sample, are you? There we go. So it's kind of the same premise there, where it's like, hey, you know, if you like, oopsies, you know, somebody's not gonna dislike, nobody's gonna buy your game if it's a fucking, they don't fucking like it, right? So, one of those things, eh? Am I using only 36%? I don't know if I necessarily, I don't think it was that bad. Unfolded, weird. Oh, it is just smaller. Wait, there's some bigger ones, some small. Oh, actually no, that was part of the. idea. Let me save. I think I can almost bring this to be a 6. How, even a 7, I reckon. I think Jujutsu Kaisen final episode is out, so I'm gonna have to check that out actually. Because I've been putting all that stuff off because I don't want to see the final episode, so. Ooh. No, I do want to see the final episode, sorry, I'm just fucking saying shit at this point. I just don't like not watching shit all at once. Oh, sorry, volleyball. That makes sense. Oops. How are we going to do this, ladies and gentlemen? Ooh, we're not going to fit this actually. I was wrong. This we can fit. Plenty. Plenty easily. Oops. I don't want that sideways, by the way. And I don't think any of this actually matters too much. Ooh. But, you know, it's about finding a home for something like this. These two. Yeah, this is where things are sort of entertaining. Like, this kind of just chill. Like, it's a case of, how can I make this as optimized as I can? I believe we're getting better. Or like, if we can get ourselves into a 40, 50 even, that'd be perfect, right? So this is a 50, this means that we are 50% optimized, really. Like, that's pretty damn good. It means that we've used up 50% of the space in this unit, which is real nice. So compared to the 30 whatever we were doing. That's... because the better you do here, right? Like, the better your project's gonna look. So, this is extremely important, because the higher the textile density you can get, the more render, I guess, resolution you're gonna get out of your final product. So, you want it to be very good. So that's why, you know, we put a bit of effort into this, because we want it to look as good as we can. Here we go, so we have a bit of space that we can use up, so some spots in here, some spots in here. It's pretty good. Oops. It's just about using all this space, really, I guess, then. It's not too important. Some of this is colliding, so. Do a little bit of Frenchy danchy work. Make sure none of this is overlapping because that fucks everything up. And I think that's gonna be about as good as we're gonna get without spending a trillion hours on it. 51%, that's pretty good. If anything, we'd want to fill these bits up, but I believe we're probably fine. So we're gonna do this at probably like 2K resolution texture map, so this is pretty good. So the new version. Sweet. I think we did a pretty good job. I kind of dig it. I kind of dig it. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's pretty good. Resolution's decent, I believe. Whoa, 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 whoa. I just saw that. I don't like how the top of that is like touching. It makes it feel like this is really small or like off center. That part's really annoying, but it's about as good as we're gonna get. Not sure what this green thing is either. Regardless. What's that? Something under here, isn't it? Yeah, it's that part. Yeah, I mean, 6 isn't too bad. Let me save this all. And we can bring it back into here. Oops, file. Ooh, no! Fuck! Smart guy. Guess who just fucking saved over? Load with UVs. Time to restart with whatever shit I fucking lost. Oh, how much did I lose? How much did I lose? Oh, I lost a lot of work. I lost a lot of work. I lost a fucking lot of work. Oh, that kills me. I can't get that back either. Fuck. Ah, oh, dude. Fuck me. I shouldn't have closed Rhythm. Oh, fuck me. Oh, God, that's actually fucking saddening, dude. That just makes me sad. What's going on? So I know where everything goes now, but that just makes me fucking not happy. Not a happy camper. Fuck! Man! Ah, there's... Fuck me! Go away. I literally... Fuck you! Sleep the right... Alright, dude. This is gonna get me frustrated if this fucking... That just kills me, dude. Just kills me inside. Fuck you. I mean, there's some changes I can make, I guess, but... Kind of just kills the mood, you know? I was done. It's the frustrating thing here. Man. Take 2, I guess. Well, it's good practice at least, you know? I guess I have the thing of it's good practice. And I get better and more accustomed with the software, which I don't feel like I'm gaining anything anymore. Like, I've kind of spent well enough time at this point, I guess, but... I've spent more enough time for me to know that I like the software outside of the fact that maybe those saves now killed me a little bit, but... No, I'm a little devastated after that one, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I was happy I was done. But regardless, what can you do? What can you do? I was hoping that I could control Z it, but I guess not. I mean, it's pretty similar, I guess. Places that could be a bit... I mean, we got a bit of space in here, but... Okay. Do that. Also save as. Rings of Rock X. Rock X. I believe there's nothing overlapping. I'm just a bit devastated by that, I'm gonna be honest. Import FBX Ropax. Actually, I honestly thought that would be in here. No, yeah, weird. Regardless. Let's open it through here, see if I can get it open at least. Actually, I'm just gonna touch up a couple of things before I goes on there. Oh! Clear, sharp. Fuck! Why are these right next to each other, bro? Why are they right next to each other? That seems mostly fine outside of a bit of weird shading shit going on there, but what can a guy do, right? Sounds about right. Amy, I am slightly frustrated, dude. I finished my UVs and then I accidentally fucking deleted them, which is beyond annoying. I accidentally saved over. So, fun. Some weird shader shit going on, but yes. Indeed it is. Kai. What is this? What? Let me just go mark sharp. Oh, somebody's messaging me. No, dude, I'm just fucking not having it because of that. I just want it to be the point where tomorrow I'm just relieved and I can just marking what's sharp and what's not. And I know because I don't want no fucking weird shit going on, but do I want that or not? Maybe it's fine as long as I have that bit sharp. But I need this as well. There we go. It's pretty satisfying. My files are a bit fucked. Man, what are you up to, Amy? Oh, I need to fix that bottom. I believe I'm using, for anybody interested, I believe I'm using back and forth from this. Ah, yeah. I believe I'm using, for anybody interested, enabled add-ons. Was that cycles? community. I'm using machine tools. So if anybody's like, oh, what's all this stuff? This is, I believe, machine tools related stuff. I feel it's a bit nicer than the default stuff, so I decided it was a good idea. I don't believe there's really anything I want done with this, actually. I like how it is. Maybe, not pass through. Here we go. So if I go... This is gonna be a real shitter. Let me go... Object, Shade Auto. And then edit this. We select all of these. We select all except for these. Oops. We don't want these bridging things. Then if we go right click, mark sharp, and then object, that should fix any weird shading shit going on. Just reduces the chances of anything going wrong. Okay, that's important. Export FBX. ROP as substance export. There we go. Which means when I bring it into here, that should work fine. Yeah. I'm gonna cry if this fucking doesn't though. To like roughness. I don't know why it's Maxwell. I mean, you never know with these things, but I don't see why it'd be fucky. Come together fine. Fake 2K. High poly is low. I mean, I somewhat know what I'm doing with a lot of this shit, so I don't... Ooh. Okay, any other issues outside of that? And the light. Can leave. That is getting fixed though. Let's double check. Shade flat. Yeah, those are definitely being shaded flat. Might shade over we go. Mark same. Then object, face. And go shade smooth. Oh really? Nah, that's fucked. Okay. What? What do I do? Yeah. I do seams. Oh, there we go. I think I actually did Sam's. Oi, oi, oi. Where are we? What's wrong with that? Uh-oh. Oh, typical stinky doggy. Wait, is he bad throwing it back? Not the good? Well, I mean, it's not good when a dog throws it back, but like... I don't know, some dogs, you know, when you pat their ass, like their... I don't know, what do you call it? Their tailbones, I guess. Like, whoa, whoa, you know? I don't fucking know. I fix this. And it's not that for this. I mean, maybe this is a thing. I was gonna turn off. What does he do? So does he do? Hi. Hi. Jesus, let me... Please. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing going fucky with that. Baby man. What happened? Wow, what happened? I don't think Jimmy did a backflip. Seems weird. I... pissed off. That's what? Oops. I don't know how to fix this shit. Like, I know ways, but only if... The fucking issue for tomorrow, dude. I don't give a shit, dude. I'm fucking done. This project has been littered with fucking issues and frustrations and annoyances. And it is mildly fucking annoying. I'm gonna be honest. My unreliable as fuck. Okay, I had to use Blender for most of it anyway. Fuck, mate. Blender had its own issues with its shit. I had to use Rism because fucking Blender's lackluster with its UVs. My wouldn't fucking work whatsoever without breaking the whole model. I mean that literally. Accidentally overwrite my work. That wasn't the only time I overwrote my work either on accident. And then fucking... now we're getting issues. And it's like, yeah, I could not use smart materials, but I mean, I might as well have it considering I... You know what I mean? Like, it's there to be used. I might as well use it. What's the new race? Oh, I guess that one's gone.
Speed records were made to be broken.
Fucking, all I can think is this is gonna be expensive.
Using engines that produce a gigantic amount of horsepower. These road rockets can get to the checkered flag ahead of their competition if their drivers know the right time to exploit all that power.
These would be like 300k as well. Yeah, I mean, I'll take my time. It's just... Shashable the P? No, it's a different one. There is a limited amount of time that I can mentally fucking work on this shit. Lambo seems the worst. I mean, I like the P1 though, but... Arguably the Koenigsegg's the best, but... maybe this isn't... It's good value, I guess. I just don't have the money. I'd rather churn over it, but... I mean, price, let's be real here. Man. Just want to move on to other projects as well. Bugatti Veyron. See what it's like. This time I can't accidentally purchase it. Whoa. Why is there no option to rent it? Ah. Another annoyance. Alright, let's see what we can do with this. It's probably not bad. I'll do one race and then I'm gonna head off because it's kind of late here. It's Ypres time. You know, I have a lot of time these days, but I just ended up doing work, really. I spent a lot of it doing work. A little bit of games, but not much.
Turn 1. Maple Valley's Farmhouse Carousel has multiple
Yeah.
race options,
Yeah.
depending on how fast you enter from the front straight and how bad you want to get by your competition.
This thing just turns terribly. Is it meant to be raining in this section? I am no woman. If only. What the fuck is that in front of me? There's Mustangs, Camaros, and Challengers. And to me, that does not look like fucking anything doesn't look like any of those. Maybe a Mustang? I don't know, dude. What is it? Is this a Camaro? No, what is that? Is that a Camaro? Is it? It is. I hate this car, I'm gonna be honest. And I'm gonna hate this thing. American Muscle? Fucking horse shit, okay? I'm gonna break it to you Americans here, okay? Sure. You guys have fast straight line cars. Congratulations. The issue. That is the most useless fucking, you know, that there's like no value in that, right? Because as soon as you live literally anywhere that's not fucking America, yeah, you're gonna have fucking corners, okay? So something that fucking is gonna make you crash into a wall because it doesn't turn and drives like a fucking boat is useless. On top of that, I would rather go, you know, if I was to flex on somebody, you know, sure you can have a car that's straight line fast, right? Straight line fast, like, sure, there is little skill in being able to drive in a straight fucking line, right? Or, hey, NASCAR, right? Straight line while you turn fucking one corner at the end of each road, dude. And it's like fucking the same fucking thing. And yeah, sure, I can't fucking do it. There's a reason I don't do it. But also, there ain't much impressive about that, you know what I mean? So, yeah. I'd rather a car that can actually fucking turn. It's got more fucking use to it. Like, anywhere else you go, you don't see people fawning over the fact that they have a fucking Mustang or a thing. Like, maybe you got an old Mustang, that's pretty cool, right? But it's mainly because it's an old car, right? It's not any fucking other reason outside of that, you know? This shit's useless, especially here. Like, it's a nice car, but fuck me, like, good luck, you know, getting anywhere out. Fucking, because, you know, it's just bends and curves, and same with the most other places I've been. I mean, the only other place that would be like, that I've been to really that's like that would be fucking China. But that's only because it's like fucking busy as shit. So in China you get a moped because then you can actually cut through the traffic instead of being stuck in traffic for fucking who knows how long. Like, I believe, if I recall correctly, China has the world's longest traffic record of like 7 days of like traffic jam. And the same fucking thing because there was a mistake with coal or something, coal transport. So, yeah, outside of that, and maybe like Germany with that one fucking road, but yeah. So it's not like your fucking, you know, fast straight line car is going to be any use there either, because it's like, well, yeah, but you're stopping and starting every fucking 5 seconds. It's just going to suck through all your fuel, because these cars are not fuel efficient either. So, hate to break it to you guys, but it's the way the cookie crumbles. Come on. Oh, you weren't here, Amy. I've grown without any more really evidence. I've started to grow even more. I've started to grow even more towards the idea of just fucking picking up the ZBrush. In the sense of that I don't think it's going to be a good situation. So now I think, right, the more I think about it, I just don't see them. I mean, first off, Maxon's terrible, right? They've already gotten rid of the fact that you can, yeah. And they've already gotten rid of the fact that you can get lifetime of free updates, even though that was stated to be the case. They got rid of it because a new company called it Maxon, right? So Maxon got rid of that. That's fucking terrible by Maxon. I don't like that. Maxon's pulling a fucking Unity at this point. And then, you know, all I can see is now the Perpetual is not available at the same time as a subscription, right? They've already hiked up the prices a good chunk. Upgrades are $600, right? You can either buy 1 month or you can upgrade it. An upgrade comes with, as we saw earlier, 3 in quotation major features. And to put into similar, I mean to put into perspective what these major features are, right? One of them is like repeat action to similar, you know, parts of an object. That's not major. That doesn't. Oh, fuck off, dude. Am I just extremely unlucky today? I guess it's the past couple of days. The like yeah, it's a case of fucking, that's not a big feature. Like, completely overhauling something is big, or making Redshift actually part of it would be big, but no, in Perpetual that's not the case, I don't believe, from what I've searched up on stream, so, you know. So that's the case. But why would it say you cannot currently purchase it if they're not changing something about it, right? They're not going to say you cannot currently purchase it if they're not changing something. Now, originally they stated they're getting rid of it, but a lot of people complained, so they brought it back again, and, well, they didn't bring it back again, they just stated, you know, it's not currently available. But then if it's not currently available, and they're just about to remove it, right, and I'm guessing either somebody fucked up at Maxon, right? Move, you dickhead. Don't fucking break mid-corner. So if that's not the case, and they're going to supposedly keep it, I don't see why they say it's not currently available if they're not going to keep it. But then they were just about to get rid of it. So the only other thing that I could see would be a massive price hike. Because all they're going to do is pull a fucking Cinema 4D where it's like, oh yeah, no, you can fucking Purchase the Perpetual for Cinema 4D. Only fucking 6,000 New Zealand. Over 6,000 New Zealand. Which I don't see the worth, dude. Like, that's just painful. 6,000. So, yeah. So, the only reasonable thing, like, you know, thought that I kind of have here would be that they're going to either price hike it or they are going to commit and get rid of it. I don't see another option here. So I'm still going to hold out a little bit, maybe a week or so, until they send me a message back, a response. But otherwise, I'm just going to purchase it. Because they're not coming out with any new features that are going to be fucking interesting, right? Like, their features are useless that they keep coming out with. It's a complete, you know... I don't know what they're fucking doing. It's been over a year now, and... like, they have 3... really features. 4 features. I mean, it's a bit sad to see. Like, that's about... and even Maya's coming up with more features each year, and that's Maya, the fucking people that don't do fucking anything. They don't give a shit about, you know, their products. So...
Free to go.
I mean, by the time that they start adding actual features, you know, fucking 3D Coat and Blender would have surpassed them. So... I mean, sure, what? Maybe I miss out on getting the next version. Damn. I miss out on these fucking 3 features. And I'm not paying $600 for them either. I'm only cautious about it and wanting, you know, that extra next version. Because, I mean, if it's going to be the same price, right? Then yeah, but if they're going to ramp up the price or they're going to change something about it, then it's not worth it for me at all. So I wish they had transparency and they had fucking things, but no, they never fucking do. Maxon is really appearing to me just as bad as Unity is right now, except even Unity fucking went back and actually talked about their fucking changes. Which Maxon's not. So, I don't think I can say that they did anything fucking better, but at least fucking... yeah, they're very niche. Not something I would probably use. So, it's not even that. I mean, I'll take the 3 new features and whatever they've fucking done. I don't think they've done anything throughout the year, though, from what I have seen. Or nothing too amazing. Like, the only thing that I've really heard of that has been really good over the past fucking year, I guess, was the slime thing. But outside of that, it's... I believe I'd have access to that when I get it, but even then, it's only if I use slime, so... The new knife thing was nice, but it just saves time. It doesn't... It's not something you couldn't already do. Well, everything they're adding, I should preface, everything that they've added is just a time saver. They haven't added anything new to it, like the slime thing. It's just one means you can, like, copy some changes. Another one just gives you better posing, right? But you could already pose it fine. It's just sometimes you'd have to do a little bit more work into getting the posing to work. There's a different method. And then the fucking other one's a knife tool, I believe. But that knife tool, it just... I believe it's a button that you can just separate or something. Instead of having to manually separate it each time. You wanted to do that, but it's only if you wanted that to happen, and... you know... it saves a little bit of time, but it's nothing important. Like, that's shit that, like, you know, genuinely fucking people, like, you know, creating their own add-ons could do in, like, fucking a week or 2. Right? I mean, yeah, it'd take longer because of testing and shit, potentially. But... I mean, that's just really bad. Just sucks because the program is good. Not a moron, I know that. It's just Maxon such a waste. They just put a fat fucking Autodesk here. buy out software, do shit terrible, not worth updates. I mean, let's put it in perspective. From what I can see, the majority of people, like, who have their own things, yeah, have their own option, like, you know, it's for hobby or freelance or whatever they're, you know, doing, right? It's just not, like, studio bought, should I specify. From what I have been reading, most people are still on the 2022 edition before Maxon bought it out, because A, they don't want to pay Maxon, and two, there's just been no fucking updates that are worth paying, you know, $600. That's 600 USD, I believe, as well. So, I should preface that as well. That doesn't help fucking Maxon at all. I mean, 600 New Zealand, fucking, let alone 600 USD, Jesus. Like, I don't fucking see that. So bad. Makes me really appreciate some of the software that I have. And, like, you know, the people that have that, yeah. Yeah. I'd get 3D Coat. It just definitely is, like, missing a bit of functionality and smooth. Like, I don't know. 3D Coat's good and I would get it. But
Good work out there.
I'll still get it, probably. ZBrush is a bit more important at this current point in time. Me using it next year and stuff. I think I would still be allowed to use 3D Coat instead of ZBrush, but they'll be teaching it. That's another thing. Like, we could use Blender for all the assessments and everything if we wanted to, but realistically, they're teaching Maya, and so you might as well learn it. Get good at it, so. But when I have the money for 3D Coat, yeah. You know, the money next year on the Black Friday, just gotta, you know, have like a bank thing saved up and then put a bit of money in each week or so, like $20 each week. $20. Then before you know it, you'll have it. Maybe not $10 each week, because that'll be $100, and that's not enough, but you get the picture. What I might do is I might do the academic or whatever it's called. And that's what I'll also do with the what am I doing? As if I had the money to fucking do that shit. What am I doing? Let's see. Yeah, with the Rism and 3D Coat, I'll be doing the old how much of a difference does differentials make? I wonder. Like, I know the difference, but it's more of like a how wide of an impact is that? Oh man. How do you get away with that? Sure, yeah, the academic shit of them all. But you guys are kind of doing your own thing, really, in school, so it's not like you're really learning anything. Hey, Flame Wars, I'm literally very close to ending stream, I'm going to be honest with you, Chief, but, we've just been working on some models, and I just finished playing a bit of my game. It's getting pretty late here, but I'm just finishing up. But I hope you're having a good one, though. You know? Been working on a project, which is really annoying me, but I'll show you quickly. Looks great. Oh, did you see it? The launches. I'm having issues with it. That's really annoying, so it's going to be left till tomorrow, but... Far recent, this bad boy. I'm having issues with the, over here. And I'm struggling my ass off to figure out what is causing it. And I'm going to have to figure that out tomorrow. I believe that is just going to be a case of... I'm not sure, I'm going to be honest with you. Maybe just making sure that everything is shaded flat. It should be, but just double checking everything. Because these are all, there's seams here, so sometimes it can be caused if you're having seams and things are going a bit iffy, but you know, shop store. I would be under resellers. Yeah, that is one of those things, unfortunately. Like I know fixes to it all, but they're all. There's not even Australia. Like, I know fixes to it, but everything's very use cases, really, so it's, yeah. It's like, yeah, this works and is helpful and does the job, but also only if you're doing this process. And so that'd be if I had a high poly, so a fancy version of it, and then I tried combining them, and then I had issues with some parts overlapping with each other. Then that causes that issue. But I'm not doing that, so when you're not doing that, it kind of runs hard into how to get it to work. So that's fine. Yeah, I'll get that one. Probably not tomorrow, next year, when I have re-signed back up or been confirmed to be in. And then student teacher. This one's not too bad, so it's, I believe. I mean, I'm not sure really. 44. Buy for 44. What does this mean? Free. Well, you ask a good question, my dude. I would say, yeah, I would say there's two technical answers to that. Yeah, I don't have a student ID either. I think we're meant to be sent them out, but we just didn't for whatever reason. I would say my two answers would be, let's see. So I left school. My final year of high school was 2020. So 3 years back, 2017. No, so 2018 it would probably be when I started, I would say. 2018 would be the first year I got into 3D. But I also want to preface, those 3 years were just high school shit, making fucking who knows what, right? Like really basic stuff, like kind of embarrassing, but one of those things. And then it's really been a case of 2021 to now has been serious stuff. I've been in, university, like, college, right? Actually learning, full process, getting good at it all, doing much more serious stuff. Started editing when you're 9, fear. I can tell you now, I'm not good at editing or anything like that. Yeah. Yeah, fear. I mean, it's same with me. Let me go into my ArtStation. I mean, this is what I've done with my ArtStation. So I have an actual website, right? But this is my ArtStation, which you can look at it kind of like it's a social media, right? So, you, in a sense. I was wondering where I saw you when I'd seen you before. You're in the Exiled server, aren't you? Yeah. I'm like, oh man, has he popped into one of my prior streams, or where have I seen? You know, that makes sense. Okay, so you, yeah, that's fair. It's pretty good. I do like, yeah, the editing on his videos are pretty damn solid. So it definitely trillion times better than what I can do. But my editing's kind of embarrassing, but you kind of have to get along with what you can do, you know? So whenever I have to do, I just do my basic shit. But I mean, this is kind of the start of my college 2 years ago. What's before that? It's not before that. Weird. So we got some shitty After Effects vaporwave thing. Bam. Gangster. I never realized that flashes. Why does that flash? That's weird. Some shitty After we were told to do like MTV logo, so I mean it's not good at all. This was like one of my first 3D models I made really when I was getting serious. Now I just do some of those intros because charge a lot more for your complex animations. Fair. You can charge real big for that sort of stuff. That stuff gets really expensive. Which is why I try to know the basics of stuff, but I understand definitely in his situation. Holy, yeah, like I always look at him and I'm just like, how does he get the time? Like you look at it and he's got fucking, what was it, 23,000 fucking words in like his videos. I'm just like, hey, how long are his videos, dude? Like for it to have 23,000, like I mean, you would probably know how many fucking off takes he has, dude. Because like, when I record my videos, I don't record many, right? But whenever I do, it'll be like a fucking 5-minute video, and it'll be like 10 takes involved. Because I'll like fuck something up, or if it's not 10 takes, it'll be one really long take, right? And then I just have to cut up a bunch of this shit, right? Yeah. It was 3 hours. Holy shit. Jeez. Yeah, he's pretty insane with his stuff, but it's very entertaining. I gotta admit. I think I've missed some of his latest ones. Oh, here's some of my high school stuff actually. This was my last year of high school, except I wasn't 3D modeling that much of this. Getting his stuff, yeah. So this was my mate 3D model. I coded this one, but I 3D modeled this one just because I had nobody else to work with. So, the shy ones. It was a full on one. That was a good one though. Just for gaming, yeah. There's my old sayings. None of these are 3D models really. Here we go. Back into some actual ones. But. I mean, this one was really disappointing. I ran into issues with some weird fucking that looks shite. I know in retrospect what's wrong with a lot of it, but I would hate to see the wireframe of this. Oh, my old 3D models, there's like my shotgun and stuff. This one pissed me off more than you could know. Look at it change. You can see the lighting flicker. Look at it. Bing, 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 bing. Dude. I rendered this out multiple times and re-rendered the same things over, and it just changed randomly. No reason whatsoever. That was so frustrating. One day I should remake one of something like this, though. That'd be pretty cool. And make it actually good. But I sort of got started in trying to remake this, though. Tried to make a donut in Blender. Hey, here's you want to hear a funny but not funny story? Where's all my things gone? Shit is difficult. Yeah. You know, look at this. Let me show you. I have 611 hours in Blender. I have never made a Blender donut. I never followed that tutorial. I have that subtle flex of I believe I was here before that tutorial. Like, I was using Blender before there was a Blender donut tutorial, so there was like no reference for that. And then since then, I mean, arguably when I got back into Blender, I mean, the first thing I ever did when I got back into Blender, so I'd been making stuff like this. Now, this is a render that I did not, like, it was a year ago, but that was just me showing off some old models that I made. That was not in Blender, though. The first one I did, since I came back, was this, and I was following tutorials. I followed a lot of tutorials, you know, just to sort of see, you know, cried man, it's so difficult. Yeah, it's a complex one, but see now I get a fucking the question for it's better to learn things you want to make rather than watching a 10-hour long course, or is it this? I think it depends. I think something like I think watching the Blender Donut, or you know, something similar in terms of like an overall tutorial of how to use the software, I think that's inherently important, assuming you don't have like you haven't used other software similar, right? Like I've also used Maya for 100% more than fucking 600 hours, right? But going back, it's a lot of it's, you know, it's just figuring out where the fuck things are, right? But I think it's a case of you have to know the basics of how everything works before you go into, you know, what's the word? Finding your niche. But I think once you know the basics, you don't have to know much more than that to start going into it. So for example, I did a thing where I never watched any like of those workflow things, but that's because I had spent 2 years of college, right, learning 3D prior. So I could go into a lot of this, and these were all following tutorials. These were all motion graphics and stuff. Like what I would do, right, is I'd follow a tutorial and then I'd change it up. So this one, the actual tutorial was I don't fucking know. It was basically like this, right? Except there was a character in there, and didn't have all this fancy rendering stuff. I made a full-on animation and stuff, and changed it up, added a bunch of features and stuff to it to make it a bit more, you know, my thing. I believe my friend actually, I don't know if he removed it. Actually, I can't be able to find it, but I believe he removed it. But all going through these tutorials, and then it stopped over here when I started doing some visual effects sort of stuff. I mean, it's not great, but I'll be going back into Liquid soon once the software that I use for my VFX comes out with the Liquid stuff. So more tutorials, and then it went to about here when I started to apply. This was an assessment, so there were issues with it, but I mean, there's no tutorials for it. It was Strike. There are some things that are tutorials that I'd get, but most of it was a lot of my own. And then, yeah, it's just utilizing, you find your niche, watch a bunch of tutorials on that, learn that shit, like, in and out, and then everything's interchangeable. Like, once again, this was pretty average, but, like, in retrospect, this is really basic, right? But, I mean, that's just me applying some things that I've learned. And then, yeah, it starts going a bit ham from there. I start spending a bit of money into Blender, buying some add-ons for some stuff, make this. I mean, none of this is following a tutorial. There was technically a tutorial that I was following, but it was only for getting, like, how to get, like, the shapes. My one looks significantly different. It looks a lot worse as well than the tutorial, but I was only getting the idea. Yeah. And then it's really just, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of stuff missing from here, but basically from here onwards, none of these are tutorials. Like, these are just my own things that I'm learning. Some things, like, you know, yeah, it's a case of you just want to find your niche after that. It's like you don't have to find your niche. Like, if you look at this, right, like, I'm pretty I do a lot of everything. There's VFX, animation, Mandelbulb. This is not even in Blender. VFX, like sort of motion graphic-y things. This is just some motion graphics-y animation. I don't know what you want to call it. I have a whole ass. Look at this. Look at this. I don't know how long I spent on it. Oh, I used to have a whole ass video in here showing off the process. I'm not sure where it went actually. I should re-add that, but I spent like 6 hours working on this. And you know, you're not going to have things. You know, we got fucking, you know, showing off how to do character concepting. That was an assessment. The fucking drawing assessment that I had to do, VFX, when I started getting into VFX. Now I got a bit more advanced stuff that I haven't uploaded since. And now I've gotten to the point where I'm like, you know, I'm like, what do you call it? Becoming like testers for shit, right? Like I'm testing out some software and trying to like kind of pioneer some stuff in it. I'm not like, you know, I was lucky and I got the position where I got a high profile job in the future, and I was wondering how long a 10-minute short film would take to make in Blender, like really complex. Ooh, fuck. Solo would obviously take a lot longer. I'm gonna be honest with you, a fucking long time, even for me, even for my friend Amy, who, you know, she's getting a bachelor's in animation. A 10-minute short film would take a long time, and it also depends on a lot of things, right? Like, are you only animating, or do you have to make the characters, rig the characters, make the scenes, you know what I mean? Make all the objects, you know what I mean? On top of that, I would assume you're editing it because you are primarily an editor, right? And all that sort of stuff. I mean, 10-minute animation, like, I think to put in perspective, I spent like maybe, this was about a day and this was about 6, and this is only focusing on just facials, right? Yeah. You got a whole year? Oh yeah, you could do it in a year. You could do it in a year. You could do it in a year, but I've seen some really good stuff. I mean, even looking through like the Blender Reddit, right? Or some of these, I don't know. There's some stuff in the Blender Discord server, right? Where is it? Chilling. Yeah, I mean, there's some stuff here that's also really impressive. So you see some people that will have, you know, they'll be like, I spent a year learning, and this is what I've been able to do. And I think it's a matter of how much time you put in, how much money you're getting, you know, from it. Like, is it like a constant source, or is it at the end? Because, you know, there's going to be some things that will make your life easier if you have, you know, a bit of money, a bit of income for it. But yeah, I'd say if you're spending like 6 to 8 hours on it each day, you'll get it done pretty well, and it will be like fucking good. I've seen, I'm not going to be able to find it because this was ages ago, but there was this guy that spent about 8 to 10 hours each day, and he was making like fucking Star Wars quality shit. But that was like his full-time job, learning Blender for a year. So if you treat it as a full-time job and you get an income, any Discord servers you'd recommend? I would, I can actually probably DM you them, but Blender Community is, if you're learning Blender, that is a must, right? Because, you know, you got all these help channels. I mean, I help people from time to time here, not so much lately because I've been not using Blender that much, but it's just like I've finished class again for the year and I'm getting back into Blender. I would also recommend potentially the 3D modeling server. There's a bit of help here. This is like the Reddit for 3D modeling. And then, you know, you got like pretty high level stuff in here from time. Some things are less high quality, some things are like super high quality. Like this is pretty damn high quality looking stuff. Some of the stuff like this, it looks good. Like that's really fucking good. So you'll have some stuff, and then I can probably send you these if you want. Otherwise, you could probably find them in the search, explore discoverable. That is where I found most of these. And then the last one, I'm not sure, potentially rookies. I don't know if they have help. Yeah, rookies. Rookies is a competition for 3D, and there's a bit of stuff. Yeah, I'll send you links. If it allows me. Flame, bam. And then invite you to this. Bam. And then I can send you rookies, but I don't know if how helpful rookies would be. So rookies is like, that's what I do. It's like a competition each year, and you submit your work over the year. Thumbs up. And you submit your stuff over the year, and they'll grade your shit, and you can get jobs through it and stuff. So it's really good. But there's a lot of smart people, I figure. There's smart people in there, like people that are in the industry. So like many years in the industry. So maybe they might be able to help you. But yeah, I would probably say the Blender one is your main one for learning. But if you need people to review what you've done and you want like professional shit, I don't know if I would necessarily look on the Blender community. They're good, but Blender isn't necessarily perceived as a professional software as much. It's not like it's very good, and I would argue it's getting very close, but most studios are using Maya and stuff like that. I use Blender, right? I use Maya. I have been using Blender for this personal project, and I generally use Blender for my personal project, so I think you can read between the lines and say they're pretty damn similar, and some things are better, some things are worse in each, so it's kind of one of those things. But yeah, 6 to 7 hours a day to create 10-minute long short film, and how many months? Here's the thing. I guess if I was getting paid, I would probably be able to focus on it. If I was not getting paid, dude, I struggle to focus on like more than a day of working on the same project without burning myself out, aka with what my current project is, because I'm just like, fuck, dude, I'm running into issues. This is really frustrating me, stuff like that. I would probably say, ooh, honestly, it depends on the context of the animation. If it's like characters, or if it's just like, yeah, I would probably say 5 to 6 months, maybe 7. Yeah, I think it really depends. If it's like, let's say, I don't know, let's say you're animating a ship going through space, right? And it's that sort of like stuff. Then yeah, I don't think it would take me. I think it would take me 5 to 6, months of like professional quality shit, right? I would say if it's stuff like animating like characters and stuff, it depends. Is it like really realistic humanoid shit? Then that would be kind of complex. Also, depending on how much, like how high quality you want. But then again, if it's like an animated cartoon, right, and you've got these like things, then everything can be highly exaggerated and nobody's expecting it to be as realistic. Then yeah, semi-realism, something like Arcane. Fuck. Yeah, that would take a bit. I still think that a year is definitely possible. I struggle to look at it because I have a lot of other shit outside of things, so I've never really had the time to drop hours on shit. Like I probably like I spend probably like I'm in class maybe I spend like maybe 60 hours doing class shit each week when class is up, 60 to 80, sometimes more, sometimes less. So that it makes it hard for me to judge. But I would say it's definitely achievable as long as you are. Yeah, it is true. Just setting up as yeah. Um, I would honestly just say as long as you stay focused and you know you're constantly working on it for those 6 to 7 hours each day, then it's definitely achievable. But if you're like me and struggle to work on the same thing for too long, or I mean, for me, I struggle to work on the same thing for too long, but mainly because like I need to go and do a lot of stuff. I'm not really, you know, yeah, it is hard, but I would say that it's definitely achievable as long as that's your focus, And some things can be short, some things can be long. I mean, a basic walk cycle will only take you a couple hours, so if you know what you're doing. So I think it's definitely achievable. Um, I guess ultimately it just depends on how long it takes you to learn the software, really. I mean, if you run into any questions and stuff and you take up the offer, then feel free to message me if you need any help. But I don't animate too much in Blender, unfortunately. But I've done basics, but I can help you with some stuff. But it's a tricky one, I can speculate and I can give you things, but I think there's just a lot of factors into it. But I definitely think I think it's definitely achievable. I mean, if I hop onto Reddit, I'm obviously gonna put this on the side because some Reddit shit is crazy, my dude. Let me see Reddit. And I look into, for example, Blender, right? The Blender community. I'm gonna bring this around. Whoa, what the fuck is that? Man, some people are cursed. Here we go. The actual Blender shit, right? Whoa, there's feet! What are people making? Those are impressive, but fuck me. Alright, well, 1 year. And we search out 1 year, right? So this is 1 year of practice. They're getting to super high quality. So it's a case of, I mean, it's not really. Some of the stuff's not really, what's the word? Transferable. Like, this isn't obviously animation, and that's also not animation, but this is kind of like, if you're spending good, like, you're not getting this quality of shit if you're not spending good time. So these guys are spending good time. And yeah, I mean, I don't trust this. I mean, you got a bit of an animation going here. Do we have fancy stuff? Yeah, I mean, this is pretty fancy stuff. I think I know exactly how they made that as well. So, I mean, is it animation? Or is this really just modeling and stuff? One-year milestone. Here we go. 2-minute short film. But from what yeah, I mean, this is extremely high quality. I mean, this is really high quality, right? But I wonder if he modeled it or if this is just animation, but yeah, I feel like it was that guy that kept coming up to talk to me during my breaks. Was that the same guy? Amy. Remember that guy that would always come up to me and try to talk to me about stuff? Yeah. Wait, can my PC even handle that? I have ooh. The old 1650. Yeah, it would be able to run it. It is him. Oh no, that's interesting. Tobias. Yeah, I would say I'd be able to run it. I would say here's the funny thing. So 32 gigabytes of RAM is like the minimum I'd have for that sort of stuff. Your CPU is good, like really good. That's me. I don't think that's me. But but the 1650 would be your downfall there. But you can render things on CPU. It would just be a bit slower. I'm not sure how fast it would be in comparison. You would be able to run it though, but semi-realism might be a bit of a struggle on the 1650 in terms of VRAM. So you might have to rely a bit on your CPU, but it's a pretty solid CPU, so you at least have that going for you. The 5600 is pretty damn solid, right? So, but the 1650 is you kind of, yeah, that would be the only part where I'd be a bit worried about. But if you don't rely too much on that, then probably fine. This is 5 minutes. I mean, yeah, my 1 year of Blender. My other thing I would be thinking about with a lot of these is, did they spend the whole year doing that? Oh, 4060 would be beast. That would be good. That would be really good for this. Like, really fucking fast. Only thing I would say, make sure you're 100% getting NVIDIA, right? Like, AMD is significantly slower. Alright, this one's a little bit got some cursed things about it, but I mean it's pretty good though for first year. That's a little bit cursed. I mean, I'll give it to them. After a year, that's pretty impressive though. But yeah, I'd say it's achievable. I mean, these all make it look pretty achievable. I mean, my thought would be like, are they spending that whole first year working on the thing, or is that like maybe a couple months worth of work after a year of using the software? Anyway, I might need to end stream because my eyes are getting really sore now because it's getting kind of late. But yeah, I would say message me. What's the game you're working on? Is that a personal project? It was a school assessment. I'll actually bring it up actually. Tomb Ride. So it's this game. Yours won't look the same because I have control over a lot of other stuff. But it's a. I don't know if we're going to be doing any work into it. This was a 5-week. I want to preface this 5 to 6 week project of making a game between 5 of us. There were 4 of us for half of it, 5 of us for the other half of it because we had somebody join our team. This is schoolwork, but we spent 4 hours each week working on this in class, and then we'd probably spend another 4 hours to 12 hours, maybe another 4 to 8 hours, I should say, outside of class each week. So we're probably spending 8 to 12 hours on it each week. So it was for school, but it became personal because we were enjoying it, if that makes sense. And then I think we have plans to do some extra stuff to it, but that's just a case of finding time for us all and stuff. Yeah. I was working on something personal. I was working on an idle game, but then I got really angry because there's some things that I made it all within like a little bit of time, but then I can quickly bring it up actually. But it's just I got really annoyed with saving. I got it to save. I got a saving feature working, but then getting it to load didn't work at all. And I watched I followed 4 videos. I probably watched about 10 videos on how to do it. None of them worked, right? Some of them I just knew after watching them that it was never going to work because it was a completely different thing. But I still tried to watch it just to get the idea. I mean, this is about how it goes when it loads. so I got a mouse button. You can click. You can buy this. It gives you an extra 2 points, I believe. And then when I get 2,000 points, I can get another power up. This is a quick one. A quick game. It's pressing space and left clicking because you can do that at the same time. Extra speed. Bam. And then you get points built up. It's really basic code. It's just ifs around. It's a bunch of ifs, you know. Yes, it's a case of if you don't know what you're doing, it might look a bit complex, but it's pretty straightforward. It's just if your mouse is over the main button and then you click your left button, it gives you 10 points. And then if I have the triangle, it gives me 10 points. I should change that to there, so it gives me 20 points. So if I have the if I buy the triangle for 100, now whenever I click I get 20 points. It's really simple. And then I have space, and you can press space instead of just clicking, and then if I press delete it gets rid of stuff because stuff I can also, I believe I can, I forgot that I added this. If I press escape it removes it all. It's just for testing purposes. It's a very basic game. It's in the prototyping stages, and then I never got around to finishing it because I got really annoyed. But that's that. But I've been using this for a bit of time as well, another 250 hours. So I kind of know the basics of everything. But I'm not a coder. I do the visual. A lot of this stuff was. Ironically, I don't think I made much of this. I made that, and I made the loop of my thing, but a lot of this isn't. Yeah. So is the reference? Yeah. Your client gave. Oh yeah. Let's check it. Man. And I might be going for a walk tomorrow. Is that mean? Okay. While you're sending that over, I'm not going to show that on stream because that will leak my information. Whether I'm meant to be going for a walk tomorrow. Let's see, precipitation 10%. So it doesn't look like it's going to be raining at least tomorrow. So that's good. Because with the filmman, yeah, with Philippe, because it's just easy to reach him. So I think we're gonna be walking just around for a bit. I did a bit of a walk today for like an hour and a half. That was pretty good. Amy, you're harder to reach though. Speaking of, I also gotta catch up with Ruben as well soon. Yeah. I gotta catch up with Ruben because it's his birthday on, I believe, the 4th of December. So I'm gonna be hanging out with my mate Ruben for his birthday. But that one's worse. That one's in fucking regular. Thanks for the help, dude. That's all good, my dude. Anytime. I'm pretty much these days I haven't been working too much. So because there's been not much work for me as I work casually. So one of those things. So feel free to message me at any point, honestly. Outside of weird time zone issues, you know, I'm in New Zealand, so we got weird time zone. But yeah. Anyway, you have a good time in town, Amy. And Bangladesh, so pretty similar. Is it really? Interesting. all I know is that it's fucking real fucky with our time zones. I don't know. It's like I am in a pretty shit time zone where it's like all the Americans asleep, you know, when I'm on doing shit, and then all the Europeans, it's like either fucking 6, 7 a.m. in the morning, or it's just like, you know, a bit too early, and nobody wants to be awake doing much that early. So I don't know, but maybe you can relate. It's weird. I'm just in a weird spot, but yeah. I'm gonna end it here. I mean, my clients message me. Oh, jeez, 3 a.m., dude. I would be snoring at that point in time. It's something I cannot. Yeah, I used to be able to, not anymore, dude. Now I would be like a carcass at that time, dude. People would try waking me up and I would just be like, oh, the zombie mode. No, I should be streaming tomorrow. 1st of December as well tomorrow, so that's bittersweet, you know? Year's over, but then also the year's fucking over, you know? I don't like that. It's been way too quick. But, we'll see. 2 more years of studying and then gotta deal with getting full-on jobs. Get into the industry. But yeah. Thank you guys all for watching. Have a good one. And I'll be same time tomorrow, 7 p.m. Not so much 7 p.m. anymore. It's more like 8 p.m. for me now, but yeah, we'll see. If I'm streaming, maybe we'll see, but yeah. Thank you. Have a good one. Thanks for popping in, Flame, and as always, Amy. So, yeah. Have a good one. See y'all.